Stay connected with what's happening in the Kadena Force Support Squadron with Papa Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you up there. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Betty, it's always good to hear your Yahoo. There was a little bit of extra little squeal in there. I don't remember that before, Betty. You're expanding your repertoire. Welcome to Cup of Joe. And I don't know about y'all, but it is crazy busy in this squadron. I don't recall an August being quite this busy. How about you, Gary? You ever recall it being so busy in August?
Lots going on. No.
Okay, all right. Kind of caught you by surprise there, didn't it, big guy?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Still got a little jet lag hanging in there, I see. I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there that are watching this at 2 in the morning. It's a good quality program at 2 in the morning while you're jet lagged, isn't it? Isn't it?
What can you do while you're jet lagged? What can you possibly do? Where can you go?
You can, I know you're feeding me here, but I'm not getting it, man. You might need to help me out here a little bit. You can go to Cafe Latte? Okay, all right. Anyway, it's a busy time, August this time of year. We just got a new boat at the marina. We got that going on. We got the marina's doing this whole luau thing. And Gary's been, you've been working on the pronunciation of this luau?
Oh, you got me. No. It's written down here somewhere.
Well, let's just call it a luau then, okay? So we got the luau going on. Also, we're going to, in today's show, we're going to have our chef from the Officers Club. Chef Greg is going to be here, and he is going to talk about a lot of things. Specifically, they've got coming up a Mediterranean Feast of the Gods. And I think you're going to be a little interested. Now, they've done this before. They've done these Feasts of the Gods, and they sell out pretty quick. So it's coming up on Saturday the 20. Gary, did you get that? What's that date? Saturday the 25th,
I think.
5th.
Yeah.
5th, yeah. Saturday the 25th. Anyway, tickets are on sale. It's cheap. It's like, you know, $18 or something like that. It's ridiculously cheap. But anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff going on with our chef.
Don't watch the show if you're hungry.
It's always the way it is with Chef Greg Oliver. He is actually he's an executive chef. I have come to find out, and interesting guy. You're going to like this guy. You're going to like this guy. It's he is in control of a lot of the food that goes on around here, including Cafe Latte, which has become quite the little hot spot. Quite the little hot spot. Breakfast anytime.
So that's what you could do at 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
Well, I don't think they're open at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it just feels like it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you know, I guess honestly, when it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're going to just have to stay in the room and watch Cup of Joe.
Wow. Yes.
Over and over and over. So, anyway, let's see what else we got in today's show. We got Dragon Boat. Now, if you're new to the island, Dragon Boat races is a big thing here. It's an Asian thing. It's an off-base thing, but we have a team, and they need like, I don't know, like 100 people to be involved in this team. So a couple ladies that are involved in the Dragon Boat races and Team Kadena, they're going to be here, and we're going to talk about the races and how you can even maybe get involved and be on the team. I think they're kind of recruiting right now for the next season. I think their seasons start up in about May, or I think they start training in like, okay, all right, I got it. We'll do all that right after Gary wakes up.
Want to meet the love of your life? The Cheesecake Factory Cheesecakes. A dozen choices. Have a slice or take home a whole one. You could only find love like this at the Rocker.
Want to unwind, chill out, or kickstart your weekend? The Weekender Lounge is the best kept secret for those wanting something more than the typical bar scene. Dance to live entertainment, bring the gang for free pizza, or tickle your taste buds with complimentary snacks topped with a cold tropical cocktail. Join the party at the Weekender Lounge in the Kadena Officers Club.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Cup of Joe. And like we promised, I'm here with the chef, Greg Oliver. Chef Greg.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's good to see you again.
Been a while.
It has.
And since eating is one of my favorite things, I want you to be my pal.
Hey, I'm always everybody's pal when I got food.
Chef. Do people actually call you chef?
Oh yeah, it's
a title like captain or?
Yeah, exactly. I respond to chef. It's easy to tell people too, because if they don't remember a name, just, hey, call me chef.
So is it okay if I call you Greg, since we're,
You can
we're
call
like
me Greg
that
as
and
well.
everything? Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, just to get a handle on this, there's a chef and there's a cook. Is there a difference?
Yes, there's a whole number of what they call the original French brigade, and it works people that do just sauces and and a sous chef is below a chef. He is in charge of a lot of different areas. Then, depending on how many people you have in the kitchen, it can go to a chef de cuisine, and then eventually executive chef is what I do. My job, executive chef. Yeah.
Okay.
But
well,
yeah.
what is an exec? I mean, do you actually cook stuff?
I do. I oversee most of it and do teaching. I make sure that our people are competent in what it is that I want to have as a vision for our food, whether it's on our menu all the time or whether it's a special event or somebody coming in that caters a party. The people that I work with at the Officers Club are the best.
Yeah, I didn't mention you're at the Officers Club.
Yeah,
You're the executive
I'm the
chef.
executive chef. In particular, I'm the assistant manager. But I happen to be the executive chef, and that's where I tailor our focus on. Okay. So the people there are great. They're able to replicate whatever I seem to throw at them very quickly, so that we try to have something that all our customers are familiar with, or maybe they know of from the past, and then we throw in some other stuff that they haven't.
Okay. Now, you have some events coming up. We're going to talk about the event coming up, the Food of the Gods Mediterranean thing.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a typical normal. This is not stuff you can go and order off of a menu normally.
No,
right? Tell us about
probably
this
not.
event and why. Now, I know in the past these events they get sold out.
They do. They are popular. We like themed events, especially any quote ethnic food or cultural food. I'm all about. I love different varieties, and this one is based around you could say Greek, but it's in general Mediterranean. This is coming up. We do have some tickets still available. They're open to all for right now.
This is Friday? Saturday?
This is Saturday, August 25th.
August 25th,
August 25th.
Saturday. Okay.
And we have, like I said, tickets available still.
How much are tickets?
They're $18.95 for
all?
a non-member, $16.95 for a member. And then children 5 to 12 is $7.95, and if they're a member, it's $6.95.
How many people can you handle on something?
We'll for this one, we'll only do about 150 to make this a quality event. We don't like to exceed certain.
So I
certain
guess
limits.
if there's a limit, when you start getting into 400 people, then that changes the
It
whole
does. It
nature.
changes the dynamic of what we have available as far as product that we can get. Some of these things are not particularly easy to obtain or cook for. So different events have different limits. This one has about 150. Last time we had it, we sold out. So I anticipate that that'll be the same this time. So
Well, what are some of the things that you're going to have? I mean, make my mouth water.
yeah. Well, lamb, first of all. We'll start with shish kebab. So now, a lot of people, they may not like lamb, but lamb is kind of an acquired taste, I think. To make it the way I like it is a lot of seasoning, and maybe that'll help to change somebody's opinion about, well, I had lamb once and didn't like it. But we'll marinate lamb in fresh rosemary and thyme, garlic, lots of garlic, olive oil, lemon juice, pepper, and then we'll put it on kebabs along with onions and peppers and tomatoes, and we grill it. And we start with, like I said, lamb moussaka. Moussaka is like a Greek lasagna. Okay, it's based with layers of eggplant and a ground beef or ground lamb mixture with a lot of spices and herbs that are particularly Mediterranean or Greek in origin. And then it's layered on top with a bechamel, which is a white sauce. So it's kind of a lasagna type that you eat as a casserole. Souvlaki, we'll have chicken souvlaki, which is also we're going to put on skewers, and that is again marinated in oil, olive oil in particular, and lemon juice, cracked black pepper, a lot of great stuff, big bold flavors. Muhammara, we'll have muhammara. This is a Middle Eastern Mediterranean. We'll deviate a little bit. It's a dip made of roasted red peppers, pomegranate juice that we reduce to a syrup and add for a sweetness to incorporate into the natural sweetness of roasted red peppers that we also puree, along with a lot of crushed and toasted walnuts. Anyway, you'll have this wonderful pita bread that we'll grill with. We'll take turmeric and curry spices and rub into that and then grill the pita. It's awesome. And then that also will correspond, you'll take the pita and do with hummus. If most people are familiar with hummus, it's a ground chickpea or garbanzo bean that's added in with tahini, which is a sesame paste, and a lot of other good stuff. Some olive oil, lemon juice, all these are specific to this type of regional cuisine. And then we dip these dips, and it's pretty much nonstop. You know, what dip can I find next?
So do you sit at a table, or do you have it like set out in a buffet style, or
We're going to
how
have
does
it.
that work?
We're going to have it because 150 people. We'll have it in a buffet style.
Okay.
We'll have it, laid out into different areas. There'll be a dessert area. By the way, desserts eat desserts first. You know.
Yeah, desserts.
Desserts.
I
It's
know
high
you're
on my
you're a
list.
big dessert guy.
I am. I have
Yeah.
to really watch the desserts.
Yes.
So I love my
Now,
desserts.
So so is it kind of? I'm a Southern guy, so that we think in these terms. Is it all you can eat?
Absolutely.
All right, now
All
we're
you
talking.
can eat.
Gare, book them.
Yeah, that could. You always wonder,
Gary
am I?
is really into the kind of stuff that you're talking about, the cooking and things like that too. So he's probably.
You're making me really hungry.
Yeah, he's.
That's good.
I figured you would be on the phone making your reservation.
That's good.
So great. So it's just set up and 150
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, 150 people.
How long is this? This is. I mean, this is an event. This is not running and grab a burger and
No, no,
go.
no.
This is you come dressed up a little bit. And
Yeah, this is like 5:30 to 8 o'clock. We'll have some entertainment this year.
Oh, yeah.
This is the second year we have run this.
Right. I know last year it sold out so
Yeah,
quick that
it did.
we could hardly even publicize it.
Yeah, it was very popular. So get them early, come, enjoy. We'll have desserts. We're going to make some baklava. I don't know if you've ever had baklava.
You know, I've heard that.
But it's
Baklava.
it's not a lot of ingredients, but it's very time consuming, tedious, but oh my gosh, it's
Well, when you get ready and you have to come up with a menu, right? And
Yeah.
you got all these recipes. Do you test the stuff? Do you actually make it? And
Well,
and if you're going to be testing it, maybe you need some people to try it. No, but really, do you?
absolutely, volunteers.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to volunteer for taste
I'm
testing.
sure you don't have a problem asking.
I tell you what, when we run a program such as this, I am pretty well versed in a lot of different ethnic
You've
cuisines.
done it before.
I've done it before. I've done it many times before. I've worked with Greek chefs before, so I understand, for the most part, pretty much everything that I'm going to do. Now, periodically, I will have something or change something, adapt something. Over here, adaptation is a
ask you
key
about that, right.
because you may not have a particular product that you're able to get stateside.
Is that a big problem here?
It can be difficult. We have to plan in advance. A lot of our products come in from vendors via California, and it's got to be months in advance. So other things that we can access at the commissary or look forward to trying to find a way to get. So yeah, it can be challenging.
So the challenge really is in the planning and getting everything set up. I guess that's one of those behind the scenes things
It is.
that a lot of people don't think about, right?
It is. It's a nonstop concern that we have, especially in my part of the business. We can maintain a status quo across the board, but I'm always looking to not just maintain. I
Yeah.
mean, why not have what is the best we can get,
Right.
and keep the price reasonable?
So you do that. I mean, you're not just
That's what
throwing in-
That's what we're all about at the Officers Club, is to try to let the Air Force and all their dependents, have something that perhaps is just a little bit better than they can get off base or
Yeah.
somewhere else. We really strive to try to make this.
Well, you have that reputation. You have gotten that reputation since you've been here. So.
That's good.
Now this is Mediterranean Feast of the Gods.
Feast of the Gods, right? It's a
And
Mediterranean.
It's August
25th.
25th, which is a Saturday at the old club.
Yep.
You said they were $18.95 and $16.95.
I did.
Are you
$18.95.
sure about that? I mean, that
Yeah,
doesn't sound like
I
a
know.
lot of money for this.
It's our prices in general are always a whole lot cheaper than you're going to find off base.
I mean,
Once
a
again,
gourmet meal like this.
I
for
know.
Less than $20. Okay, I'm just making
it
sure
is.
because I don't want to get a call from Rick Thorne saying he said it wrong. Okay.
no. Now we do have, we have a progressive dinner that we ran once before, and people are clamoring about. It's a very limited thing where there's only 40 people that go from different destinations within our complex on a bus, and that has a higher. That's a la carte seating, and we push the $50 barrier on that. But
When's
once
that coming
again.
up?
Our next one will be in November. I don't have a set date on me.
But keep your eye out for that. 'Cause
that'll-
I know a lot of people are into that.
That'll sell. Now that'll be for members only
okay.
at the Officers Club. But if you're an officer or an officer's equivalent, you can join the club. $18. I guarantee you get that back just once a month.
Club membership here is a no-brainer. You got to do it. Just the 10%.
It is that
that you
10%
get
that
is-
you get all over services. It's great. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I do too. Now the progressive thing, you're going to go from our restaurants, right? You're going to
They
start
are,
Jack's.
Right. The last progressive dinner, or the first one we did here, was so successful. We started off at Jack's Place. So these are all within the Officers Club complex.
Right.
So at Jack's Place, we met. They got on a bus. Everybody got on a bus. They took the bus to the tea house, and we closed the tea house off that
That's
evening.
the golf course, the great view.
Overlooking the view of the ocean is awesome. We served past hors d'oeuvres
Right.
and cocktails, all inclusive in the price, and watch the sunset. And then we get the prompt, and they all come on the bus, and then they head over to the Officers Club, where we'll have wine with and drinks, all inclusive again, with a 4-course meal that happened to include soups, salads. I had some fish entree that was just phenomenal. We had a.
Do you know what you're going to do yet?
I don't. I've got some good ideas, but I don't
Okay.
want to throw them out yet. Once again, these are
Right. This is
specific, right? I have to look for. I had to get some fish in from the mainland last time. Very expensive, but they just raved about it. It was
So
great.
after the O Club, you go back to Jack's and finish
Yeah,
up there?
you finish up. You'll get back on the bus, back to Jack's. Jack's served.
Back to Jack's.
Back to Jack's. Jack's
I
is.
kind of like the sound. That's
I
write
do.
that down.
Back to Jack's.
Okay.
And Jack's is an institution.
Yes.
And you go back there, you have cordials, coffees, and desserts, and finish out the night. And of course, a lot of people, we have a cab service set up. You've been drinking all night.
Yeah.
Have your
Right.
guy take you home, and you're
Now,
you're
what's
set.
the price range on a night like that?
Well, like I said, it was like $50.
Okay.
So I was trying to put that into context. It kind of got off subject on the Mediterranean. But yes, the Mediterranean is a great deal. And yes, the progressive deal, $50 may sound like a lot, but trust me, you would pay well over
No,
$100
no, that's no-
anywhere.
Right.
So it's very specific. This one's set
per person, and that includes the bus and the
everything.
whole thing.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as that gets closer, are you going to come
Yeah.
up with a fancy name like Feast of the Gods or?
And we'll call it
Back to
progressive-
Jack's Progressive Dinner.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay.
Progressive dinner.
All right. One thing I want to talk to you about. I don't know how involved are you with Cafe Latte?
Well, totally involved. When I first got here, Cafe Latte is a great spot. People
Cafe
come.
Latte is one of the best kept secrets on this space.
It's wonderful. I looked at the place. I saw what kind of business we do there, and you know what? Part of the reason why is because you've got that breakfast that you can order.
That's what I was getting at.
6:30 in the morning or 6:30 at night.
That's right.
Doesn't matter.
As far as I know. Now, Gary, you were doing some checking on this. If you did a fact check, let me know. But as far as we know, it's the only place you can get breakfast for dinner. Gary?
It may be.
So far, that's all we found, yeah.
That's all we found?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to bother you, bud.
If not, I guarantee you it's one of the few places.
Well,
that
I'll
you're
tell you
gonna
what.
find it.
Not only that, it's killer good. I wind up going to eat breakfast there sometimes just because it's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I've been here a long time, okay, Chef, and Cafe Latte has evolved.
It has.
Okay, it's pretty special place over there. Always a lot of people there. I mean,
It
it's
is.
not big, but there's always a lot of people.
It is.
What'd you do?
Well, about 8 months after I arrived, I've been here just about 2 years, and this is my first experience in, quote, military. I came from the private side as country club chef for the last 32 years, so this was all a little new and different, and I was amazed at, first of all, what they were able to do at a remote location like Okinawa already. But with that said, like I had mentioned earlier, I said, what can we do to enhance this and further, get the menu even a little better? So we changed the menu, and it's been a little more than a year now that we've used this new menu, and business is through the
Word's
roof.
out. Word
Our
is
tequila
out.
lime chicken, our fish tacos, these are huge sellers that we added. And I'm going to be revamping the menu again. Of course, all the staples, all the breakfast items, that'll all remain. We'll tweak some of the other things, and we want to have some salads, some soup and a half, some half sandwiches, soup,
Really?
salad
Kind of
combinations.
like one of my favorite places in the States is, what's that called, Gary? We were just talking about that place.
Panera Bread. Panera bread.
Yeah.
It is very.
You're going to try, is you going to have like soup and sandwich
Yes,
things like
we'll
that?
have some combinations. We have a lot of input for that direction, and I'm a huge fan of Panera's. They do
am
it
too.
right, and that's what we'd like to do. Not on that scale, but we can certainly give offerings that I think are going to be very
So
popular.
you're going to explore maybe having a larger variety of soups?
Yes, we'll have a couple soups every day
I'm
out
getting,
there.
I kind of, a good soup and a sandwich is,
I hear you, and I enjoy that too. Like our tequila lime chicken, it's huge. I don't, I could only eat half of it anyway.
Right.
So something like that. I've got a chicken Cuban that we're looking at putting on there.
Wow.
A chicken Lugano with a pesto and a sun-dried tomato sauce. Jack cheese, grilled tomatoes on a panini sourdough.
Stop it some more.
Yeah. So, this is, I know something that will be successful.
Well, it's
people.
Cafe Latte. I'm telling you, it was just originally just a little snack bar thing. Burgers. Your
Right. That's what I hear a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
it is
made this evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's one of the places that's you go in there and there's always people, but it's just, I don't know. It's almost like it's a little secret.
Yeah, I tell you what, the secret is out because a lot of people come. We have a lunch buffet that runs every day, and that's in the back part of the club. The cafe's in the front part, and between those two, a lot of times, both of them are so busy. You get the line coming out the cafe, and they have to go into the Weekender just to be seated into our bar area. So it is popular. For the people that have to wait in line, I say I am sorry. We try to get it out. It is, and that's what we look at. I do have to address ice cards, and I certainly understand the concerns. But it could be the other way around.
Well, you go back to the States and you find a place that's really nice to go and people love. It's always crowded.
Yeah, and that's a good indication.
That's just part and parcel of being a good place. But again, I can't overemphasize how good your breakfast is. Grits, best grits on Okinawa. Gary, you ever had a grit?
Yeah, I tell you.
You. All right. Okay.
I like my grits too. You know what? I go in there.
I love this guy.
In fact, we used to run a great special back home, Southern special with shrimp and grits, and we'd have grits and we'd add cheese and crispy bacon and onions to the grits, and we'd saute shrimp in Cajun spices and make it a little spicy, put it on top, throw some more cheese on it. Oh my gosh.
Man, I'm going to start calling you Mama.
There you go. I tell you.
You can even make grits, sweetened up.
Absolutely.
With all kind of stuff to make kids like them too. Anyway.
Yep.
I'm a grit guy. Okay. Said it. All right. Well, Cafe Latte, great thing. Now, let me ask you real quick before we start wrapping up here. The O Club is the hub of actually several little restaurants within
Absolutely.
the quadrant. Jack's Place is
Jack's
is
Place.
connected to
Jack's
you.
Place, which you mentioned a number of times.
Right.
Jack's Place is huge. It is an institution. Jack himself is an institution. Jack is.
How involved do you get in Jack and his menu, or does he
Jack
not
runs,
let anybody in the kitchen?
Jack,
kind of a guy.
Jack's is Jack's.
Yeah.
And I go over there and support him in every way possible, usually by eating his food.
Yeah. Do you ever learn from stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I learn every day. I've been in this business for more than 40 years, and certainly I understand and I can conceive on most things as far as recipes and products of how to cook it if I haven't already done so, but I constantly learn, and it's so nice being in a different part of the world like Japan to be able to polish up, look past what I already know and have people give me ideas. So I constantly learn. And Jack, you know what? Jack is the type of guy, He goes to the States periodically, TDY, and he'll come back. He'll rip off every menu. He'll go and find the best of the best and come back and say, how can we make this here?
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
Jack is great. So
Yeah,
like you said, a la carte dining, part of the Officers Club complex,
Right.
Jack's is the place, literally.
Okay.
We've got the tea house, which is so beautiful.
What's
Sits
the
up
specialty up there? What is the tea house?
tea
I
house,
mean,
the
other
tea
than
house,
view.
the tea house. I tell you what, their #1 seller is gyros, which goes right into our Mediterranean nights. It's pita with the sliced lamb and tzatziki sauce. This is huge.
So it's gyro. That's how you
Gyro.
say it.
Gyro.
Not gyro.
Not gyro.
Okay.
Gyro.
Gyro.
Yeah.
Gyro. Got it.
So tea house, the view,
Okay.
it's become very popular destination too.
Okay.
We've got air power for all those guys stuck on the other side of the
Right.
base down on the
Okay,
flight line.
You guys manage that?
Absolutely. And then we have Platters, which is over adjacent to the Shilling.
You know, Platters is one of my little favorite. They have a stir fry there that
Yeah.
I kind of go there for. Yeah.
So all of those are satellites to our officers complex, and
Okay.
they're all popular destinations for different reasons.
Yeah.
And we try to complement each other and try
Well,
to.
it's cool because each one kind of has its own unique specialty, I guess,
It-
if you will.
it
Or
is.
For me, I have found favorites that I go to some of these places, like the Mongolian thing that Jack's got is one of my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
things. So go to these places. and
Absolutely,
Find a favorite.
absolutely. Check them out, find out, because what you just said is exactly right. We try to have those specific places do specific things. They may also sell some of the other things that everybody sells like we do, but they
Yeah.
all have, what they do is special.
Right.
And-
And look on the menu. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
find something on there that you can't
Absolutely.
find anywhere else, and try it. Well, Greg, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you wanted to talk about?
I would like to mention one thing. We have Japan Fest, which we ran last year, and that's coming up in October.
Really?
And
That quick? October?
It's quick.
Man, that's sneaking up on us.
It
too.
is. And that's all the guys at our club, all the Japanese, local nationals, they put their best foot forward, showing off all things Japan.
Now, that's not just food. That
Not
gets into
just
arts
food.
and crafts. It's almost
Last
like,
year we had
I don't know, like a
workshops.
little- yeah. It's,
We had displays, we had ikebana, we had karate, we had music. Of course, we did our food, our sushi demonstrations. We had shodo, calligraphy,
Yeah.
bengata, printing. So we had
This is-
so many things.
is this a member-only thing?
No, this
No,
is
okay.
open. This is open.
Is there a fee? Is there a charge?
Well, last year what we did is we charged per session. Like if you wanted to go to a workshop, it was very nominal. It was
Okay,
like $3 to
right,
$5.
right.
And the food, it was a la carte. If you want to buy yakitori, you just buy the yakitori. So there was no charge to come. You could come and just observe and look.
Yeah, okay.
It was great. I was so proud of everybody last year. They put on a great show, and it was very impressive. So
When is
that's
that?
coming up. I don't have the notes with
Okay.
me right now,
Just
but
keep-
the
Japan
first
Fest. You're gonna
Japan
call it
Fest.
Japan Fest again.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that are new to
Yeah.
Okinawa. This would be a good kind of introductory thing to
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole culture
It's
of Japan
awesome.
too.
It's all inclusive. You get a little bit of everything,
So it's open to all ranks.
It is.
and all that.
and that's it. You know, come to the cafe, check us out. All the guys come into lodging. I remember when I first came, the lodging at the Shogun Inn, in particular, is literally across the street
Right.
from the Officers Club. So you know, when I came in, I was like everybody else. You know, come over to the cafe and sit down and say, "Hey, breakfast, it's great." I can come back 8 o'clock at night and say, "Hey, breakfast
is
again, it's great."
I know,
So-
especially when you're jet lagged.
It
you know,
is.
and that's your normal time to eat breakfast anyway. So you probably get a lot of those
We do.
people straggling on over there.
We
too.
do, and we welcome them all.
Well, good. Greg, thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. It was a
Uh,
pleasure.
I want to talk about doing cooking shows and stuff when we get done here because we've
Yep.
done stuff like
We
that in
have.
the past, and I want to get you in here and cook some stuff for
That
us.
sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, that'll do it for this part. We've got the Dragon Boat Race people standing by, and we're going to talk about Dragon Boat's race. Speaking of cultural stuff, it's one of the big off-base events, and Kadena is involved. We're going to talk about that right after. Wait, Gary, wait. You didn't wait.
I don't know about you, but we are serious about working out. And we're serious about our gear too. We want the very best shoes and accessories. No off-the-rack gear for us. The Reisner Sports Pro Shop is the only place on Okinawa we get top-of-the-line workout gear. No matter what the sport, the Reisner Sports Pro Shop has us covered. Right, guys? That's right.
The Reisner Sports Pro Shop, next to the Kadena Tennis Center.
It's a good-looking bunch of guys.
You must think quick and be decisive to survive. Experience the adrenaline high with Kadena's Outdoor Rec and Paintball. And now Kadena's Outdoor Rec is the only place to find this kind of fast-paced action. Speedball and woodsball events every Saturday, or organize your own private war. Need gear? We'll hook you up. Buy your own in our pro shop or use ours. Kadena Services Paintball. You'll love the thrill. Game on.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to Cup of Joe. We appreciate Greg Oliver coming down and talking chef stuff, and now we're going to talk dragon boats. Got the ladies from, I guess you call it a dragon boat team.
Yes.
Are you all on a team?
Yes, we are.
All right, now let's imagine that people are here for the first time and I'm throwing out dragon boat and they're like, what are they talking about? So let's just talk about first, what's this dragon boat thing all about?
Well, the dragon boat is actually a traditional thing, part of Okinawa and most of the Asian countries. They kick it off.
All Asian countries?
Well, I know Taiwan does it, China does it, and it's actually international. The one here in Okinawa kicks off the last week in April, first week in May, and it's to celebrate good harvest in the water. So all the families come together and all the local towns celebrate and come for festivals and events, and they compete. And
it's just like it says, you get in the boat and
yes.
you race.
Yes, you do. And it starts all the way from elementary school all the way to the senior citizens.
You mean they actually have kids?
Yep, they have kid haris.
Okay, now where do they do these races?
Most of them are in the local ports within some of the local towns.
Oh, so each town has their own
yes,
little race.
Yes, they do. Each like section. Over the summer, we did the big one in Naha, which is on May 5th.
Now there's a big one.
Yes, there is the big one, and that's is one of the larger ones in the area. But we participate as U.S. Forces teams. Yes.
Do we participate in one at a small port city? Which one?
This summer was the first time that the Shoguns actually participated in summer races.
Shoguns, that's what we're called?
Yes, we're
all
called
right.
Shoguns.
How'd you think of that?
We're original.
Yeah, wow. Never would have thought.
Yeah, so we actually participate in 3 summer races, which was Kadena Town, Chitan, and Yomitan this summer. We have to actually register to get into the races and be accepted. Now the summer races are a little different because it's only 12-man boats, which consist of 10 rowers, 1 gonger, the person that beats the pan, and a navigator, conductor in the back, which we usually hire those out because none of us are very good at steering.
You need to
yeah,
train.
You need to know how to steer a boat.
You need to know how to gong, right?
Yeah. No, you need to know how to steer a boat.
Oh, steer a boat.
That's the most important part.
So gonging and steering a boat?
Gonging keeps everybody in synchronization, but the steering the boat is important because if not, we'll spin in circles.
And all they got to do is go straight. Oh, spin in circles?
Well, yeah. If you don't have a navigator, you will go into circles.
It's probably a lot deeper than I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have all these little, and there is a big one.
Yes, there is a big one in May, in May 5th every year.
May 5th.
Yes.
And how do you get into that one? Everybody can do, anybody, I mean,
well, there's 4 U.S. teams that compete, and it's usually the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, and I believe the Army has a team too.
Just one team?
Well, they...
That's all we get?
A female and a male team.
Ah, those female teams. Okay. Yeah. And is there It's 11 or 12. How many per team? Are they bigger teams, smaller teams?
The big race that's on May 5th is a much larger team. We have
It's just a bigger boat.
yes,
Yes,
a much
completely.
bigger boat.
How many people?
32.
32.
32 in one boat.
Yes, 32.
I guess it would have to be an even number because if it was 31, you'd go in circles.
Yeah. You would.
See, I'm catching on. And that guy steering would really have his trouble.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, and you guys, basically, you're here today because you want to recruit people.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And this is something that goes on year round, right?
Yes, it does.
You're on a team. You practice. You work out. You actually go out and row.
Yes, we do. In the boats, not necessarily unless we're competing. Now, we practice out at the marina. We sit on the side of the docks or we go into the water and we have paddles and we go out there and we paddle.
Okay. So this is a year-long thing. This
Yes.
is not just silent. You just go and do one
No.
race. You're on a team now. So how many
And a
people
good
do you
team.
want? How many people do you like to have? I guess you
usu-
have men and women, right?
We have men and women. Right now, we're looking to probably get about 50 of each in, only because we understand life happens and sometimes like people have to fall out or,
Right.
and we like to have backup plans.
You got starters,
Yep.
and then you have to have subs, and sometimes I can see where you would need 50. So do you go through a training like that where you kind of get a first team, second team?
Yeah, well, this year it kicked off in February, I believe. It was a little bit of a late start, and we did really well. But getting the men's team together was a bit of an obstacle with deployments and all that kind of stuff that
Right.
we deal with here. So, but the ladies' team was pretty gung-ho about getting started. And,
Okay.
but
So you start. When do you mean you start? You start training?
we start training
In February.
In February, but in actuality this year we're going to start in the first week in November. November 7th will be our first one. The
Okay.
men will practice on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the ladies will practice on Tuesday, Thursdays.
Okay.
Most of our practices will be at the marina, only because we have access to the boat docks.
Yeah, I mean,
In order to-
we got a marina.
Yeah, so it's nice, and
Yeah.
we can get out there and during the first 2 months we practice on conditioning and form, because if you're not in sync, then there's no reason, the boat won't move. It literally, you'll just be spinning wheels. So work on form and core, and believe it or not, anybody in any ability can do it.
Okay.
At all. So I don't want anybody
Well,
to be
you've got to be in
discouraged.
pretty good shape,
Actually,
right? I mean, this sounds
I
pretty
have,
grueling.
I
You
have,
could be a
I have a
beginner.
plate in my arm. I have a plate in my arm, and I never thought I'd be able to do a push-up, and here I am on a
Rowing.
dragon boat.
You're on a team.
I am on the team.
Well, you
So,
can't
and
be but 100 pounds, and you're rowing,
But to be fair, though, we have all different shapes and sizes, and it works.
and it's about technique, right?
It is, and actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big shape. The thing is, we all row in sync, and we all row within our abilities. And the more you come, the better you get. And believe it or not, it's pretty awesome. I never thought that I would be able to basically compete in a
In a
competition.
race,
Yeah. No, it was really,
Okay.
it was really cool.
Now, if these races, I guess, so you start training in February, and then you have races. When do the races start? Is there like a season?
Well, it's the last week in April, first week in May is when they kick off.
Okay, and then it goes all through the summer.
Yeah, they do it in the small ports, yes.
Yeah, and then it starts up. That's the season.
Yeah, it ends in like September.
Okay.
So,
But even if you don't want to participate, it's a cool thing to go watch, right?
oh yeah,
It
How do you
is
fa-
amazing to watch.
How do you find out where these things are going on?
Well, I know some of the MWRs. They actually bus people down there as well.
Oh, yeah?
But it's actually at the Tamawari Port where we actually go. So it's down 58, and you make the right where it says Tamawari Port, and we're down there.
Yeah.
It's a big event though. There's kids rides, there's everything, and it's such a family environment. Like
Yeah.
at all the races, even the practices, we brought our children. So we don't want
Yeah.
people to think. Me and Ryan are actually ladies coaches this year, and her husband's actually the males coach, and our kids come to any practice, any event, anything like
Yeah.
that, and they love to watch it. I really think it's a family sport more than anything else. So
All right, so you guys are on the team, and
Yeah.
now if somebody wants to sign up get on the team, check it out? Who do they call? What do they do? Where do they go? Who do they call?
Well, they can contact public affairs. We have Sakihama, who is there, and he can be a point of contact there for anybody.
Sakihama.
Yes.
He's in Air Force Public Affairs?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And he's actually been a part of there for a long time, and it's been organizing these events, years. I believe that the Air Force team has been competing for over 18 years.
Yeah.
So in all these events.
How do we do in these events? Do we ever win or?
Well,
get
the
close?
ladies team this time we came in third place.
Third.
Yes, third, but against our heat. But the men's team actually did so well. They competed again against the top 3 in the Hari, which was making history. They beat out everybody team and.
Wow.
Competed again against the locals, but which is really cool because Jazz Def and the other teams, they actually practice year round. They actually have like contraptions built in the pools.
Well, yeah, not only do they practice, they've lived it their whole life.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing it since they were children, and they're really cool to watch as well because they all run in formation and
oh, they got it down.
The teams and the camaraderie is amazing. They all high five, even the men. Between the local teams and the Air Force teams, they were just so friendly towards each other.
Yeah, it's a spectacle, and it's a Asian thing, right?
No, yeah, it is.
It's an Asian thing. So if you're gonna get a taste of the culture here.
Oh, exactly. You get to meet so many awesome people during it, and going into the local towns was the best experience ever. It was because one of the races we had no translation, so we did quite well though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really mess up getting in a boat and rowing, and we out of that.
Well, you said you could go around in circles.
Yeah, but we got our kajitory sorted out, and the conditions were actually really rough that day in the Yomitan race. And our team not only finished our race, the other 2 boats sank, and they still brought it back in with a round of applause. So
boats sank.
Yeah, the summer boat races are a little logistically. Yeah, you have to. If the synchronization is not perfect, you will sink a boat. With the big Naha race, though. Not like that.
Yeah.
That it would take a tank to take it down.
I can imagine 30-something people in one boat. I mean, I guess where do you get the boats?
Oh, we get the boats out at, actually there's a place out in Naha that has the boats that we use for the day of the event. Well, we use them twice to do practices, but I wouldn't say we rent them. It comes with us racing in the event.
So I guess there's entry fees and all that kind of
yes,
stuff.
Yes, for the last 2 years, I believe the entry fee for the U.S. teams have actually been waived, but usually it's about 20,000 yen per team.
Okay,
so
that's not too bad.
No, it's not. And they usually, if you win something, the boys team brought home a very nice trophy. So I mean, there is kind of like in the small towns, we got. Sashimi and bottles of amaware as a gift of winning and participating. So, but usually it's not anything. It's a cultural event. It's not anything we're trying to win big money.
Right. I got you. All right, ladies. Anything else that you want to mention about Dragon Boat stuff before we go?
Well, we as of right now, until we kick off in November, we'll be practicing every Wednesdays at the marina.
Okay.
The practices.
Can they just show up to these?
Yes, they sure can. 5:30 to 6:30, we'll be there. Usually most times.
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, 5:30 to 6:30
Starting
p.m.
Like now.
Actually, as of next. A week or 2 from now, because I say the first week in September.
Okay.
It'll be a consistent thing.
Wednesdays, 5:30, marina.
Yeah, well, right now, next Tuesday will actually be our orientation. So if anybody wants to come out and see that, we'll be down there from 6 to 7 on Tuesday at the marina. You can't miss us. We'll all be wearing our shirts.
Tuesday, what?
The 21st.
Okay. Well, this will be playing after that. So.
Okay.
21st. If it's too late, then you missed it.
Yes.
Okay. But if you get a chance to see it beforehand, go down the marina. Okay. All right, ladies. Very good. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you. We'll talk shop too. Thank you for coming, and that will do it for this Cup of Joe. And next week we're going to have, if you've seen the cover of Venture Magazine, you see Shima and Naoki. They've kind of got an outdoor rec kind of competition going on. We're going to bring them into the studio and let them slug it out on next week's Cup of Joe.
Methuselah, 959 years old.